Hello and welcome on this new late week analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So as we can see, my friends, the last signals which I have sent last midweek analysis video did not really work well, except of course for the USDJPY and for the gold so far, which is also running in profit. USDCHF also was going in a good profit of about 50 pips. Meanwhile, the AUD USD was running also in 26 pips of profit. Meanwhile, it's now ranging inside of the safe zone. Meanwhile, of course, the other signals sadly didn't work well. Now, let's see what will gonna happen, guys, in the market for the remaining days of this week. Of course, there is no way that the analysis can be accurate and correct every single time. I told you before that this analysis have, of course, the potential to be running in the wrong way. And that's the reason, of course, we have to be always prepared for any potential losses. Thankfully, in Xtreme Trader, we are having not less than 80% winning ratio. I agree the last few weeks maybe was not really that good, but I'm here, guys, since more than 5 years, and I'm doing this analysis on the market for the last 4 years actually, and in general we are 80% at least accurate and correct. Anyway, moving now to the daily chart, and let's see now what is the next target for the Euro USD. Now, as you can see, the Euro USD based on the daily chart is indeed respected that level of a support at 1.07660, and seems like the market has indeed managed to make the breakout from that structure. Now, it seems like the Euro USD is going to continue the rise toward the resistance level right here at 1.09996, which means that's got to be our target, and the Euro USD still has about 123 pips more to go. Now, keep in mind we are analyzing on the daily chart, which means by the end of today, I'm expecting actually from the Euro USD to reach that level of a resistance right here at 1.09101. After that, it actually might make a pullback and fall all the way back to that support level right there exactly. To be precise, based on the daily chart, of course, I want to be precise to the maximum. Therefore, there exactly at 1.08395, that's, my friends, was actually a real level of a support. And as you can see, we had here one fake breakout. However, the market has indeed managed to make the final breakout from that level of a previous support and respecting that level again. Now, moving to the 4-hour time frame. Now, based on the 4-hour time frame, we can see clearly that the market has actually been ranging on that level of a previous support, which by the way was also a resistance, as we can see, which means that the Euro USD actually also has a potential as well to make another pullback for about 30 pips, and from that point we can start buying the pair again. We have to add to this also that we're having here also a support trend line, just like that, which means that the Euro USD also has a potential to make another attempt on that level of a support trend line, and from there we can start buying the pair. Now, moving to the 1-hour time frame, we have, of course, guys, to keep moving to the smaller time frames to find the absolutely best entry possible. Now, as you can see, we're also right here having another resistance trend line, which means waiting for the Euro USD to fall all the way to this level right here and buying from that level. As we can see, we're having here a broken level of a resistance trend line with that bullish breakout candle. Now the Euro USD also has a potential to continue the rise instantly, but we are just hoping for another pullback or retest of the broken price at 1.08395, and from there we can start buying the market. Now, just to be sure that we will not miss this opportunity, and as you can see, the bullish movement is really strong, I'm going to send you the signal to buy the Euro USD right here at the previous level of the resistance at 1.08477, since we are actually having here a broken level of that resistance, and the Euro USD seems like it has actually made the bullish breakout from that structure as well. So meaning buying on that level of a previous resistance is going to be our idea for this remaining days of this week. And also, if we look at the left side, we can see right here it was also a previous level of a support. However, I want to have the precise entry, my friends. I want to have very accurate entry. Therefore, as you can see now, I'm adjusting my line. Now, the reason I'm adjusting it, because I'm looking at this support level right here. That was, of course, a real level of the support. It was also a real level of the resistance. Therefore, 1.06527 seems like actually a better level to start buying the market. That's actually more accurate. Now we can see also that we're having here this resistance trend, a support trend line, and seems like it's actually gonna be retesting that same level again. Therefore, buying exactly right here at 1.0508527. Meanwhile, the target is going to be at 0.9966, which means we will be aiming 145 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone should not be ranging lower than this level of a previous key support level and a key resistance level at 1.080009, which means the safe zone will be ranging for 51 pips against 144 pips of profit. Moving now to the pound USD. We have wasted more than 5 minutes on the euro USD, so let's now move faster with the other pairs. As we can see, sadly, the pound USD signal did not work, and the market has just went in the opposite side. I mean, exactly what I mentioned to sell, it just went up. And guys, again, this is really normal. I hope no one is gonna judge us for that. Anyway, now looking at the pound USD, we can also notice that this pair has also been respecting that level of a previous support exactly right here at 1.22862, and seems like the market has indeed managed here to create the support number 1, which means if we now look to the 4-hour time frame, we can see also that the market is respecting that level of a support trend line. As we can see, the market is actually bouncing based on that support trend line, which means if we look at the left side right now, we have to identify the nearest strong real level of a support, and as we can see, my friends, that can be found exactly right here at 1.23234. This was, of course, the real level of the support. This was, of course, a fake breakout. However, it has also become a resistance. Now, we can notice right here that the market has also made right here. Let me just be sure to show it to you right there, the nearest real level of the support to that bullish breakout candle. So if the market is going to make any pullback right here, first of all, it's going to be retesting the broken level of a support and also respecting that level of a support trend line if the market, of course, going to bounce like this and continue the rise. So that being said, hopefully it's going to be a good signal if we can start actually buying the pound USD from 1.23234, and the target has got to be right here, the highest level of the resistance at 1.24296, which means we will be aiming 104 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than the lowest level of the strong real level of a support and a key resistance of a level at 1.22737. The safe zone ranging for about 47 pips against 107 pips of profit. Moving now to the AUD USD, which is now ranging inside of the safe zone, but now we have to change this signal, and let's see now what we can do next with the market. However, now let's move to the weekly chart. Weekly chart actually to see the final direction of the current candle, which seems like it's actually going to continue the rise till it reaches the peak of the resistance right here, exactly right here at 0.67704, which means the AUD USD still has about 60 pips more to go. However, we cannot, of course, ignore the real level of a support lies right there at the range of 0.66930. Now, moving back to the daily chart. Now, on the daily chart, we can notice it clearly, my friends, that we had right here, of course, a real level of the support exactly as 0.664, and there, as you can see, there lies the real level of the support, and right here we had also the support number 1, which means the market has already respected that level. Now, let's keep in mind also that based on the daily chart, we are having also that support trend line, and seems like the market is indeed respecting it, which means, as we have said earlier, the market is still going to continue the rise to reach the peak of the resistance right there, exactly right there, as 0.67729, which means, again, based on the daily chart, we still have 50 or actually 60 pips more to go. Now, the question is where exactly we can start buying this pair again. Now, let's move to the smaller time frames. Let's move to the 1 hour time frame to be very precise. Now, based on the daily time frame, we can notice that the AUD USD is actually facing right here a major level of a resistance, and most likely is going to make a pullback, and if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I'm not this time, that level of a strong key support level is going to be respected. Meaning, we have to wait for the market to make a pullback for about 26 pips before we can start buying the market. Exactly right there as 0.66872. Now, let's also keep in mind that we're also having right here, let me just show it to you, a support trend line just like that. And of course, my friends, using the principles of the magic of trend lines, what I'm going to do right now is just simply drag the same support trend line I have drawn here and just place it all the way right here to the nearest strong key support trend line, which seems like right here also. The market has also respected that level again to create another support trend line. Then we can see barely any resistance trend lines right here. Then after the bullish breakout candle happened, we can actually expect from the market to make right here another retest of the real level of a support trend line, and also that level of a horizontal support is also going to be respected, which means let's wait for the market to fall. Actually, I want to be more safe. Therefore, yes, that's going to be better. 0.66913 to make sure that we will not miss this entry. Also, as we can see, it was also right here another strong real level of a support, which has also become with 2 attempts of a real resistance. So that being said, buying at 0.661913 is going to be our idea for this week. And also the target is going to be, let me just be sure, the target based on the daily chart. Yes, exactly right there. The target has got to be right here as the peak of the resistance as 0.67553, which means we will be aiming 64 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging till the absolute lowest level of the support for about 31 pips only. Moving now to the USD CAD, which as we can see has failed, as we can see, unfortunately, guys. It's one of those times when the signal sadly just completely ignore the entry. However, let's see now what we can do next with the USD CAD. Now moving to the weekly chart again, just to make sure how far is this current candle gonna continue falling to. Now as you can see, the market has indeed managed to create here the strong bearish breakout from that support at 1.36545, and right now it's actually facing right here a previous support. Now we can actually expect from the candle to make a pullback right here and reverse upon the pressure from the previous support. The problem is we're analyzing based on the weekly chart. So the fact that we're actually right now on a support level right here can actually help us to identify that the market is going to make a pullback at least. So therefore, moving now to the daily chart. Now, after seeing that the market has a potential to make a pullback right here, that means we can start selling the market again at a certain point right here. Now to find that certain point, what we can do right here is simply draw the resistance trend line from this higher high to this lower high, just like that. Fantastic. Now, based on the magic of support and resistance trend lines, most likely the market is gonna actually respect that level of a resistance trend line, since we can actually see right here that the market has made here a fake breakout from that level of a support trend line, which means that resistance trend line is also gonna be respected, and at this point right here we can start selling the market. Now keep in mind, I'm analyzing based on the daily chart, which means we still have only one candle. I mean, this current candle and then the candle after, because this is Thursday and the next candle is gonna be for Friday. Therefore, let's now move to the 4-hour time frame. Now, based on the 4-hour time frame also, we can use the same trend line which I have drawn earlier and just place it all the way right here to that level of a previous resistance trend line right here. Now, as you can see, the market has also made here another breakout from that level of a resistance trend line. Therefore, we have to wait for the market to rise again. And as you can see, we're having right here a resistance number 1. This was the first attempt of the resistance. Now, based on the previous support right here, we can actually expect a pullback, and then the candle is going to continue the rise, and that level of a resistance number 1 is most likely going to be respected to create resistance number 2, plus a resistance trend line number 1, because that's going to be the first attempt of respecting the resistance trend line, which means we have to wait for the USD CAD to rise for about 43 pips before we can proceed to sell it. And also, as we can see right here, my friends, this has also been a real level of a resistance, which has also become a real level of the support, which means let's just wait for the USD CAD to rise again to reach the same level of resistance exactly after rising for about 46 pips, and most likely it's going to be respected, and the eventual target is going to be right here, the absolute lowest level of the support at 1.34533, which means the target has got to be about 126 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging higher than this level of a previous resistance at 1.36334, which means the safe zone ranging for about 53 pips against 127 pips of profit. Moving now to the USDJPY. Alright, so thankfully the USDJPY signal almost has been triggered. I mean, it has reversed just like 7 pips or 8 pips far away from the entry and went all the way to the take profit level and currently running in even 213 pips above our entry. I'm not sure if anyone have actually taken this signal. I hope so. But however, it is what it is. What happened has happened. We cannot consider that this signal has triggered. Now moving to the daily chart. Actually, the USDJPY still seems really interested to be bought again. As you can see, my friends, I cannot ignore that level of a support right here exactly. Actually, let me just be precise. Right there. Oh, it has already reversed. It has already reversed for about 30 pips. Oh my goodness. It has already reversed. Actually, I was planning to send you the signal to buy the USDJPY exactly at that level of a previous support. My goodness, it has already reversed. Oh my god, that happened like just 2 hours ago. Okay, it is what it is. What happened. All I can hope actually is another attempt actually if the market falls for about 28 pips and that level of a previous support. Actually, let me just explain it to you since I know you're really interested about it. As you can see, my friends, that level of a previous support has actually been broken right here with that bearish breakout candle, but we cannot ignore that this was of course a strong real level of a support which has become a resistance for only one single attempt, and right now the market has made the reversal right here and seems like it's actually going to be respecting that level of a support. Now, interestingly enough, if we scroll to the left side, we can notice that this was indeed the real level of the support, which means the market is actually gonna be respecting that level. So therefore, do not waste your time. I will send you the signal, guys, to actually we'll just wait for another pullback and buy the USDJPY exactly from that level at 132.278, and it's gonna continue the rise for about 150 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't be ranging lower than the peak of the resistance right here at 131.730, which means the safe zone is gonna be 58 pips against 148 pips of profit. I'm really annoyed that this signal has already been triggered. I was preparing it and I was really waiting for the signal to be triggered, and as you can see, it has already been activated. Anyway, let me now write the signal for you. Moving now to the USDCHF, which, as you can see, my friends, right now is actually ranging inside of the safe zone. But can we really keep buying the market at this point? Let me just move to the daily chart to show it to you. Actually, let me delete the entire signal so we can analyze based on a clear chart. Now, the original analysis actually suggested that we can start buying the USDCHF once it retested that level of a broken support, and as you can see, for the last 4 days, that has already happened. As you can see, we are having here number 1, 2, 3, and 4 candles. The reversal has already happened. So the market has already respected that level of the previous support. But now, the candle of yesterday and today seems like it's gonna be a bearish movement right now. Those candles actually showing us that the market has actually faced right here a strong level of a previous resistance, and as you can see, the market seems like it's actually gonna continue the fall. Now, moving to the 4-hour time frame, what we can do right here, my friends, is simply look at the triangles right here. So as you can see, we're having here a triangle, and also right here we're having also another triangle. So therefore, the USDCHF actually has a potential to continue ranging inside of this triangle, and since we actually have analyzed that the direction is going to be based on the daily chart and the 4-hour time frame, it's actually going to be bearish, and most likely the USDCHF is actually going to be ranging inside of this triangle before finally make the bearish breakout, and the eventual target is going to be right here, the absolute lowest level of the support at 0.90665. That means at some point right here, we have to continue shorting the USDCHF. Now, as you can see, the new 4-hour candles has just been born, and it just now begun, and it seems like a blue candle so far, which means if we look at the left side, we have to identify, of course, the real level of the resistance where we can start shorting the USDCHF. As you can see right here, at 0.91807, this was, of course, my friends, the real level of the resistance, which has already become the real level of the support right before this bearish breakout candle has appeared, which means we can safely start shorting the USDCHF after it rises for about 18 pips only. and we can actually expect from the market to be ranging against our direction for about 14 pips maximum before finally become in profit. Therefore, sell as 0.91805, and the take profit level has got to be right here, the lowest level of the support as 0.90706, and the safe zone will be ranging till the peak of the resistance as 0.92221, which means the safe zone ranging for about 41 pips against 110 pips of profit. Let's now move to the gold. Alright, so as you can see, indeed the gold signal is actually now being triggered and running in profit, and however in total it went in total of about 138 pips of profit. But now it's actually back to the entry, and right now running in about 23 pips of profit. Now, is the gold gonna continue the fall at this rate? I really doubt that. Let me delete the old signal, guys, and most likely right now we have to consider buying the gold. Let me explain to you the reason. Based on the daily chart, we can notice right here that the market is actually creating here a triangle. And I think it's very clear based on the daily chart. Now, keep in mind that the market has also made the bullish breakout from that structure right here. So the range of the price between 1800 and 1900 has already been broken out from, and as you can see, the gold is actually being respecting and retesting the previous level of the resistance at 1957.80. Now the last candle right here shows us that the gold is indeed respecting that level of a previous resistance, which means the gold is actually going to continue to rise if everything went logically as I'm expecting. Now moving to the 4-hour time frame, we can see right here that we're having also that support trend line, which seems like the gold is indeed respecting. Now also the gold is actually facing right here a resistance level at 1973. Now if the gold actually gonna make another pullback and respects that level of a support right here exactly, there my friends is gonna be really a good entry to start buying the gold, since we are having right here a real level of the support. Meanwhile, these two candles represents a fake breakout and also respecting that level of a support trend line, which means buying the gold after it falls for about 61 pips is gonna be ideal. Moving to the 1-hour time frame, and as you can see, indeed that level of a support cannot be just simply ignored. That pattern is gonna be a winner pattern, especially that if the gold is gonna make here a pullback and reverses, that's gonna be of course inverted head and shoulders pattern, which indeed indicates that the gold is gonna continue the rise, and the target is got to be right here, of course the highest level of the resistance. Now of course I cannot set the absolute highest level of the resistance. Of course I'm expecting the gold to continue the rise till it reach the price of 2000 again. However, the take profit level for the remaining days of this week is gonna be right here, the peak of the resistance exactly at 1983.75. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging, let me just be sure, yes, shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a previous support right here exactly at 1952.75, which means the take profit level is going to be 226 pips against 85 pips of a safe zone. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the remaining days of this week on the USD pairs and the gold. Again, guys, I'm doing the best I can to analyze the market. However, I cannot be so much accurate and giving correct analysis every single time. I hope you guys understand this, that I have been doing this for more than 4 years, and thankfully more than 80% of my analysis is accurate and in profit. The last few weeks are not enough, of course, to change your opinion or judgments about my analysis. I hope it's gonna be still profitable and help everyone here to achieve their targets by the end of the week. Anyway, until then, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.